Good morning, everyone, or good afternoon, or good night, or good evening, whatever time you're in. Thank you so much for joining me today, and welcome to this wondrous marathon of Mr. Wondrous. Thank you so much. I really appreciate this. And I don't even know if I should call you by your first name, or let's just go with Mr. Wondrous right now, because that's who you are on YouTube, and you'll let me know, right? But so I wanted to thank you for sponsoring this marathon. I'm super excited. These are some artists that I've never really heard of. Some of them I have. So it's going to be interesting. So there's a little email here. It says, it's a mix of bold women and great voices and messages and some otherworldly polyrhythms from current prog corners, so to speak. I was thinking advanced tones and voice. Nice. So we have a name for the marathon. Since David Hykes, Lisa Gerard, and Linda Eder certainly have that. The Be Free was the best man, and I would attempt to play together, he on guitar and me on mandolin, when we lived together in the 70s. Listening to this and prog fusion with some world music. Anyways, hope you all enjoy. And he says already happy 100,000. Let's wait. Okay, that's still not happening. Although I want it to happen like literally right now or tomorrow, I'm still, like I'm happy with the way it's going, So, all right. So here we have, we're going to start with my favorite Broadway, The Leading Ladies, Man of La Mancha. And this is Linda Eder, the official music video. And let's give it a listen. I'm super excited about this. Let's check out the volume, and we have it right here. So I've never heard of Linda Eder ever. And I just want to see, and thank you again also, Mr. Wondrous, for sending me, this YouTube playlist. And I'm going to play it in the order that you sent me, So here we go with Linda first. Here we go. And thank you so much. And everyone, you can see in the description the order of songs. If you want to skip a song, you don't have to do that, But I mean, YouTube will give you, I think, the specific songs. And so here we go. Thank you so much. Here we go. And we can make this a little bit bigger. Let's see if I scooch over here. I hope I'm not too loud. Because our Yes video was a disaster. It was a great song, but we were like, all in the audio mix, and people had to turn it down, and that was a disaster. But well, we learned from that. So, okay, here we go with Man of La Mancha, The Stain. España. Ole.
Hear me now, oh that bleak and unbearable world, thou art base and debauched as can be, and the night with its banner all bravely unfurled now hurls down his godly to thee. Don Quixote, the Lord of La Mancha, destroyer of evil mind. I will march to the sound of the trumpets of glory, well up to conquer time. you shall triumph at last. And Don Quixote, the Lord of Mancha, name all the world soon will know. And the winds of fortune will carry me onward whithersoever. Whithersoever they blow, onward to glory I go.
Oh. Wow. Wow. One second before a YouTube commercial, of course. Don Quixote de la Mancha. Yes, of course, I remember when we read that. I think that was in 7th grade or so, you know, in high school. And it was a trippy book. And I think, what was the name of Sancho Panza? Was it Sancho Panza? Sancho Panza. Yes, of course. Miguel de Cervantes. Yeah, that was a trippy book, and I loved her interpretation. It felt, obviously, the Spanish influence, you know, but her interpretation, I love that, you know, the way she was just waiting for that falsetto, and like, I don't know, like, I don't know who she looked at, but she was almost like, you know, like, it's coming, you know, it's coming. And that beautiful control of the mic, you know, and I'm not a vocalist, but I can see when someone is like controlling the vocal cords. Beautiful. And I love the music. It was very uplifting, very, you know, it reminds me of that great music that, you know, people like Hans Zimmer have provided, you know, to Disney, and just all the compositions I've ever heard by in any Disney movie. And I don't think it's kids music at all. I think it's very, very amazingly like written and composed music, like for the Disney films. It's always been very top notch, like, you know, AAA mastery. And it had that vibe, you know, it had that beautiful rhythm, you know, the lyrics, and then it goes back into the whole like chorus, you know, and has just like a beautiful flow to the song, you know. And it, I mean, an amazing interpretation here. Wonderful. Just a joy, you know, a joy to listen to. Linda Eder. Wow. Let's see. And this was recorded in 1998 Carnegie Hall in New York City. Nice. Let's see. Yeah, wow. It says Linda Eder is unmatched, unrivaled, unparalleled, the best singer of our time. Wow. I'm so happy about the introduction, you know, and I mean, she certainly has those chops, you know, Linda Ronstadt, and, you know, there's so many great, you know, female singers that are just on the channel that I've met on the channel. Oh my God, you know. Barbara Streisand, and I mean, and then we're gonna listen to one that I do know, which is what's her name? Lisa Gerard, and I think the first time I ever heard her was in Gladiator. You know, that song was just like devastated me, and I was like, who is this? And it was Lisa Gerard and Dead Can Dance, and then also the guy who sings in Dead Can Dance is amazing. If you want to check him out as a solo artist, what's his name? Brendan Perry. Yeah, wonderful voice. Like, just these two together are just masterful stuff. All right, so next one. So this one is something interesting. So I'm not a drummer, right? So I don't really know how to read this. I mean, I know these are time signatures, 16th notes, 8th notes, or 4, but like, I don't know if this is, I don't know how the math is kind of done, but because I usually just read music, you know, I can read music for piano, you know, but I usually read music just to guide me, you know, on the fretboard. That's it. And usually I also do tab, but the tab is usually kind of wrong, so I use the music to correct myself. It's hilarious sometimes. If you're a guitar player, the tab almost makes it more difficult because it puts the notes away from each other instead of under each other, you know. So I don't know. So I just like I do both. So, but this graphic, if you want to see this, is a little bit confusing, but let's see. And so if you're a drummer, you know, rítmica y métrica. So this is a jazz sugar song, and this is from Tigran Hamasyan, Entertain Me. So it almost looks like it's almost like, I mean, this can't be 5/4, but the way this is, I guess this is counted as like 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 5 in one beat, and then 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5, and then 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5, and then I guess the time signature is in 16th notes, which is a and then the 8th notes are obviously half, like, and then I don't know if it goes into 4/4, but hey, let's just try and figure this out. But this is gonna sound pretty amazing, I presume. But yeah, let's go. And I've not heard Tigran Hamasyan. But and then it's jazz sugar. Is that like a tribute to Meshuggah? Let's find out. But definitely very interesting. Here we go. What's happening? Wow, this was crazy. I love it though. Let me see. And then there's something wrong with my picture in picture. Let me see. Let me put this up. I think because I was on the play button and I never went off it. This was definitely very interesting, but I didn't know. I think it was the piano that was being, displayed, but it's obviously, I don't even know what to call this. These charts are like, this is more for like, it doesn't seem like a piano chart, but it could be. It does seem more like, I remember when I used to be with my music teacher and he had like these charts for his drummer students, and those were like rhythm, these rhythm charts, and it looked a little bit like this, but yeah, this was definitely very cool, very proggy. But I've heard this kind of like Indian music where it's like it's so freaking difficult, and but they just have that rhythm in it. They're in one time signature here, like 1 2 3 1 1 2 3 4. I think it's 4/4. But they are doing a rhythm that's totally like, I don't know. Sometimes even 32, 32, like double the 16th notes, 32th, and just crazy stuff. And they go all over the place. It would be kind of fun to like analyze a video like that, but I have no idea, So yeah, this was a lot of fun. Let's see what's on the comment section. Yeah. It says, dude, this has no business going this hard. The breakdown got me headbanging at 2 a.m. Yeah, that breakdown was pretty. So it was like, I guess the numbers were, the bars, and then it had like this R for like when it would change. And it says, never thought I would headbanging to a jazz song. Well, it's not really jazz. This is progressive rock, like just because it's a piano doesn't make it jazz. But it says here the 3/16th pattern throughout the piece modulates to a 3. It says 3/4. Okay, well, yeah, this is a little bit, I don't know what he's trying to say. I guess the time signatures. So 5/4, so I wasn't wrong. But then again, I just don't understand the logic of that, that chart. I wouldn't know how to read it, that's the thing. So, but very interesting, very cool sounding, very, very, I loved it. Definitely. Okay. So, I'm going to pull up the next song, which is Dead Can Dance. And this is called Sanvean, I Am Your Shadow. Now, this is, of course, Lisa Gerrard and Brendan Perry, 1981. And this is the video. The other two songs I'm going to pull from from Spotify, because why watch them on YouTube with possible interruptions and commercials if I can pull them from Spotify in perfect quality? So let's do that. But before we start with the whole Spotify thing, let's pull it up here. Dead Can Dance. And here we go. That, you know, wow. Jesus Christ. That was a tough one. Oh God. First comment obviously breaks my heart. My husband introduced me to Lisa's music many years ago. He passed away a year ago, and I feel his presence when I listen to her. Yeah. Amazing how she touches the spirit so deeply. That's, you know, that's what I'm saying. Like, it was like that's what, you know, when I watched I think it's that scene. Ah, shit. That scene in Gladiator, I think, when his family, you know, when he goes to see his family and they've been slaughtered. I think that's the music they play, and it just had such an impact. The voice of Lisa Gerrard is just, I don't even care what language she's singing, and I don't understand a single word, but it's just like she uses her voice as an instrument, and the chord progressions here were so rich and so beautiful, and she just like makes it feel like silk, you know, like it's so touching, you know, and comfortable to listen to, but also very sad. It's a lot of, I mean, I don't think no one can listen to this and not tear up. It's just, you know, or you just don't have any sensibility to music, which is, I know some people, you know, that doesn't bother them, you know. I hear, like, if I go like to a symphony, you know, an opera, especially opera music, just, I can't control myself, you know. When they start singing very high, I just break down. It always happens, and you've seen it. I think what happens the most is when I hear, well, you know, yeah, like very high pitched stuff, and and with the right chords, it just does something to my body, you know. And then I usually like giggle or something, because I want to like mask the unavoidable, you know, tears. But and then it always kind of like looks kind of weird, because it looks like I'm laughing, but I'm certainly not. Beautiful chords and beautiful melody over the chords. And I don't even know how she does it. How can she sing this way and not break down in tears, you know? Just a godly voice. Wonderful. Okay, so thank you so much, Mr. Wondrous. This is definitely, like I said, wondrous music. And so we don't need the window capture anymore. I'm just gonna close it. Wow. And now we're gonna listen to some Spotify. We can move here. Oh boy. Yeah, this would have been a tough one also for Alexia. We're both kind of like sensitive to that. I think it happens to her more with instruments. Like the last Yes reaction we did, she broke down because of the you know, the Mellotron, and I said, "Oh, you like those church organs?" And everybody in the comment section was like, "Nick, what are you talking about, church organs?" But I was right, though. I was right about the flutes, and I don't mean you know, in Germany, and the flute is German. You know, it was discovered 60,000 years ago or something. I might be wrong, but it wasn't a German. It was in a German cave. And in Germany, when you're basically 5 years old, you learn how to read music, and you learn how to play the flute, and it's called die Flöte, right, in Germany. So that's why I say when I hear a recorder, it's a recorder. So, but we don't call it a recorder, we call it a Flöte, and so that's why I say flute. But I know here in the US, or I don't know, in England, English speaking countries, a flute is the transversal flute. But in Germany, where it's from, it's the Flöte. That's why I call it flute. I didn't even know that it was a recorder until literally 2 weeks ago when we did the Led Zeppelin reaction. And yeah, it's just weird that recorder makes no sense to me, but for you guys, obviously it's always been that way. So yeah, because I was right on the recorders, that those were real recorders, because I said it could have been the way Led Zeppelin uses them live with a mellotron, but I think the recording was also those were recorders. All right, so next up we have let me just check the email real quick. I just want to be sure that I'm doing the right songs in the right order. This is Loggins and Messina, Be Free. Oh man, I love I what are their first names again? Kenny Loggins. Oh, it's still on Steely Dan. Wait, I have to play it for a second. Give me a second. Let me play here. First note, so it changes. So, Kenny Loggins and Jim Messina. Yeah, those two guys, I mean, I did a marathon some time ago. Greybeard requested it, and it was just amazing what these guys did in the 70s and how proggy they were. And then they both became obviously got into pop, you know, to make the big bucks, which is understandable, you know. I think most of the 70s artists saw a big opportunity, you know, with pop and mainstream music, and, you know, and it had to be done. All right, so here we go with Be Free. This is from the album Motherload, and this is from 1974. So this is going to be obviously more on the jazzy and proggy side. Let's see. Oh, I have to turn on the volume. Okay, here we go. Play. Wow. Holy Okay, I will rewind. There's too much happening. I won't be able to talk about it. Like, this breakdown here was so beautiful. I think it starts, I would have said before, a banjo, but now I know that it's not a banjo. I think it's probably a mandolin. And then is there like a kimono that comes in? Beautiful rhythm section, and in there like these arpeggiating together, and then this oboe comes in. I think there's an oboe, and then suddenly a second oboe, and then very classical, you know, inspired, very Bach, you know, very Baroque, I would say, not Bach, and then it stops, and then it becomes this tarantella, you know, almost like from Italy. And then the violin comes in, and it's just like, it was so beautiful, this composition. And this is composed by, the lyrics written by Messina. I don't know who wrote the music, but holy moly. Let's just go back here a little bit, you know, and check this out. Like Celtic music here. I have to look this up. It's a koto, not kimono.
but a dream. In the street there older brothers selling snow and shit to others, aiding those whose songs have turned to cries. Isn't no surprise. I want to get away and live my life in the rivers and trees. I want to spend the days thinking I can be free and be free.
Wow. So I think I only got one right, which was the mandolin. Did I say mandolin? I don't even know. And then I said kimono. What the hell? It's a koto. Kimono is obviously what they wear. So stupid. And I think they play a koto wearing a kimono. Maybe that's what I got it wrong. But and so it was a koto and a mandolin, and then what I thought was a what came in afterwards was I mean, because there's so much, there's like a bass, they have a flute, they have an oboe. Okay, I thought it was an oboe, but I think what it really was, or maybe it was an oboe and a bass clarinet. But look, alto flute, soprano saxophone, baritone saxophone, bass saxophone, bass flute. There's so much instruments in here. The violin, of course, recorders. Oh, man, wow, this was a trip. Beautiful Celtic music. And this is, sold as a rock album. People were getting so much bang, for their buck back in the day. This was just fantastic, fantastic. Okay, so, wow, this blew my mind. So next song is Rainbow Voice from David. Let's see, David Hykes. David Hykes. I've never heard of him. And this is Rainbow Voice from the album called Baraka, the deluxe edition original motion picture soundtrack. Okay. So it looks like this album was also recorded by Michael. Oh my God. Michael Stearns. Well, I guess he's also part of that soundtrack, but this is from David Hykes, Rainbow Voice. All right, well, it's on Spotify if you guys want to listen to the whole thing. But this was, it was going to be a video, like but with no images, like just so I was like, it'll also the Loggins Messina. I was like, if we're not going to watch anything, I just want it on better quality. So let's just choose, Spotify. All right, here we go. Rainbow Voice. if I was in that room, you know, with that kind, I don't know. It sounds like he's in a cave, and I don't know. He's like singing through something that produces some kind of whistle, which is awesome. I would be like for hours, you know, recording an album. Oh my God, you have to check out Alexia's cousin's music. His name is Osiris Heyerdahl, and man, he does like this kind of stuff, but more with, you know, all kinds of flutes. Man, he's like, and obviously everything from meditation and stuff. This is incredible. I could listen to this for hours. I've also been listening to a lot of like Gregorian chanting, and I've been trying it myself. I'll try it at the end of the video to not interrupt, but I'm not I'm not, you know, I know how to do it, but I'm not very good at it, so I'm just gonna try and, you know, do it on video, and I'm gonna fail miserably, but don't worry, okay? So let's continue with this. This is beautiful. It's the amount of reverb. I don't know if he's in a cave or if he's using just effects on the microphone, like reverb, delay, but I don't care what he's using. It's amazing. It's working. Like a didgeridoo. Man. Okay, I wasn't this far off. So it says the work of David Hykes focuses on a few throat singing traditions, including Mongolian and Tavan. In 1975, he combined this singing form and the harmonic series, and 5 years later founded this harmonic awareness practice and meditation. So, oh wow, so he was doing this with his throat. So I wasn't even that far off when I said, I guess, Gregorian chanting. But So I'm gonna try and do this, and you know, I'm not a throat singer. I'm not a singer, but it's like you have to find like this. Wait. I guess that's when it's working, when you have to cough. It's like I can't do it. I can't do it. You really have to warm up. But you know what? I'll make a video and I'm gonna try and do it with a little bit of delay, you know, reverb to help me. And I got into this because I was watching the Dune movie, right? The first one, and was like, this sounds really good. What are they doing there? And I looked it up, and it's a Gregorian chant, like professional. That's what he does. And I was like, I have to learn this. So I was just sitting here, you know, like 30 minutes and trying to find it, and then I finally got it, but now I can't. You know, it's like, I mean, you have to find like a spot, and then you literally drop like an octave, you know, of your normal voice. So it's like, like that, you know. So I can't do it, but you know, nice try, I guess. Oh, well, this was super cool. Thank you so much, Mr. Wondrous, for this awesome marathon, you know, because it was a little bit of everything, you know, of like amazing Linda. Eder just like killed it with the song, beautiful, you know. And when you're familiar with the book, if you haven't read Don Quixote, I really highly recommend it. It's a very trippy book, and it's just a great read. Now this Jazz Sugar, that was very interesting, you know. Maybe I'm gonna react to one of those videos where these amazing singers perform this kind of style. Dead Can Dance, I mean, you can't go wrong with Lisa Gerrard and company. Loggins and Messina was just, what a trip. Like, what a great mixture of world music, you know. And then this one was so different, you know. It even inspired me to make a fool of myself and do a little bit of Gregorian chanting myself. But hey, you know, that's what you get from me, you know, when you come up with inspiring themes. Thank you so much, Mr. Wonders. This was a nice marathon. I really, really enjoyed it. Let me know what you think in the comment section, you know, because this is not your typical rock or prog rock or metal marathon. I would love to do this more, you know. This is different. This is definitely more down my, you know, I'm a musician. I love to hear music that inspires me, that makes me play, and all that stuff, that gives me idea to record and stuff. And I know, I always talk about it, but you will eventually hear some music, you know, because I have just so much, but I'm just like, I'm very picky when it comes to my music, and it's never really good enough, you know. So I would just have to, I think, come up with something very simple, and then just, you know, show it to you guys. Just like with the guitar solos, you know, I just released guitar solos where I really think, okay, that one was pretty good, you know. It could have been better, but it's okay, you know. So that's why I don't release that many, because I always make some mistakes, you know. So, all right, well, thank you so much again. I hope you enjoyed. Please let me know what you think in the comment section. Like the video, share the video with your musician friends, you know. And I hope to see you all in the next one.